Hello, Libra. Welcome to your September forecast. My name is Nicholas Ashbaugh, and it's great to see everybody. If you've never been here before, just a quick reminder, this can be used for sun, rising, and moon, and it usually goes out 6 to 8 weeks. So hopefully you get what you need here. We're going to look at highlights, challenges, and everything in between. I like to start everything off with some channeled messages, and I've gone to real-time channeling just because it's a kind of like a better connection to spirit, so I hope you enjoy this. This morning, as I woke up, there was a really vivid dream that awakened me, and I saw an animal that I knew it was a hyena, but I then did a little bit of research because I wanted to hear what it sounded like, because I don't think I've actually ever heard a hyena. Wow, they make some interesting vocalizations. One of them sounds like a laugh. The other one sounded like something out of like a dinosaur movie, just really unique. So once I did my research on the animal, I really thought it was about vocalization this month. It's going to be important. Specifically, your voice is important to, making an impact. It's not about the words you choose so much, although that's important, and Libra, you have a great ability to do that anyway. It's really the emotion, the delivery, the tone in which you speak. This is what's going to make something happen. This is where the breakthrough can happen. So don't underestimate the power of your voice in particular, and know that you have something to be shared with the world. For some of you, it could be your ability to evoke joy, humor, or laughter, because that is what this totem is known for. And we're in a period in time where joy is important. So lean into that if that's one of your sort of PowerPoints. Not PowerPoints, but you know what I'm talking about, good attributes. So the other thing with this is the way in which the animal showed up was very sort of, I don't want to use the word sneaky, that wasn't it. It was definitely premeditated in a good way. It was planned, it was ready, and this is a very good hunter. So if there's something that you want, I feel like the planning, the clarity of what it is you're trying to do, and the timing is all going to come together. So that's a good thing, but you have to do the planning piece first. The other thing is to keep your eyes and ears open, because anytime I feature like a hunter or predator as a totem, it's saying tune in and be aware of other people that could be acting like the hyena in the periphery, almost like a wolf in tarot, like the moon card. So this is a time to kind of beef up your security when we're looking at businesses, online security, things of that nature. There could be someone trying to look for an opportunity to test your limits, your boundaries, or your security. But by and large, I like that this is a very able-minded hunter, that it can find the right time and the right place to get something that it wants, and that its voice is one of its defining features. So all of these messages are coming through to help you out. Let me see if there's anything else. I took a couple of notes here. I think the other thing to focus on, okay, so I saw a chaotic situation. It looked like it was a special event or a gathering, and disorganization is what I saw. I would say for you, I don't really think this was you that was running it, but I saw you participating in it. So maybe if someone's kind of going off course, you can do your best to try to offer your assistance. If there's something that just seems messy or chaotic and it's not your responsibility to address or fix, this might be a time to just take a step back and let that person deal with it. Because I don't think you have the time right now to clean up other people's messes, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards, Libra, and see where you can find those moments to really shine and embrace the opportunity, where you might need to be mindful of what others could be doing in the periphery, and how to use your voice, because that's basically everything that this totem comprised. Let's shuffle the cards. All right, close your eyes, let go of any preconceived notions you might be holding on to, and in this moment, let's welcome in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters, really allowing for the necessary messages to come through without any sort of, like I said, preconceived notions getting in the way. All right, open your eyes, and let's begin. There's the wolf that I was talking about. Very interesting. Came through, by the way, in wealth. All right, let's get started with your catalyst. We have a very interesting energy coming through in the catalyst in the form of Sekhmet. And she is an Egyptian goddess, normally with a lion's head, the daughter of Ra. And she often was the one that, if there was something that was wrong, she would, basically be the manifestation of his wrath and create justice. We could connect her to strength, because strength has both female, like divine feminine energy, and then the lion on it. So this is a month where someone may be trying to get you to do something, but you can fight back. This is a card of strength, if I had to really look at its core. However, you are not necessarily, remember I said cleaning up other people's messes? Avoid doing that this month, because we did see the Tower, and that can be chaos or, disarray. But when it comes to someone who's messy in leadership or messy in relationships, it's not your job to clean it up. The lowest caption on this card reads reduction. And this is a reminder this month that less is more. And I think a lot of this has to do with how you're spending your time and energy with and on others. So that strength card, I'll pull it up here while we're talking, puts a lot of energy into getting its way. So if there's someone in your life that just isn't receptive, they don't want to listen to reason, they are not open to alternatives, you know what? There are better ways for you to spend your time and energy, and reducing those types of engagements, whether it's, extracurricular, maybe it's the job, maybe it's whoever it might be in your life. If you have to put this much energy to get them to listen, at the end of the day, it sometimes is like a diminishing return. And so that's a lot packed into this really powerful energy here. But I do love that we have strength, power, and I think discernment here in how to use it and when to use it. And that's going to save you time in the long run. Let's take a look at the rest of the cards here and see what else is coming through. So before I even begin, I like to just take like a survey of the table so we can get a clear feeling for the month. And interestingly enough, there's a change energy here in the outcome. Most of the other cards are very positive. So I feel like this is, I talked about the premeditated energy or the very planned energy of the hyena when it comes to getting what it wants or what it needs. I feel like you have some of that this month, Libra. You're pulling together teams and resources. You're taking your time. This is the sort of planning and meditation. You're leaning on your knowledge. It's all coming together in the right way. So it's a good month. The Tower can be very, very good. It can be significant changes that create a breakthrough rather than a breakdown. And that's what I really see for you as a breakthrough month. All right, let's begin with your centermost card, the Hierophant in the upright position. You're getting organized, but it may be a new organizational structure. It may not be what you did before. This is something very, very different, very innovative. And so you're taking that and putting it into this sort of system that didn't exist. So you can be both, imaginative, you can be breakthrough, and you can be organized in the process. Because if you're capturing how you're doing what you're doing, then it can become a system. So that's what I see, is putting into action something new, something different, something out of the box, but something that can be repeated. And that's when it's really powerful and impactful. You may also be just getting organized at home, organizing your home, your finances, getting organized in your relationships. All of this is going to help you conserve time, energy, and money. Some of you may be doing it out of necessity or just desire. Whatever the reason, I like that this is at the center because it's super foundational, very stable, and it's going to give you a lot of sort of like security as we move forward. Let's see what's crossing this card. It's one of the angelic cards in tarot, Temperance. Although we don't see the angel on it, it is an angelic card, and it's about taking your time. What I love about this, instead of going angelic, they have like a diva on here, D-E-V-A, and this ability to be many places at once. And so you have this almost supernatural ability to multitask and really get a lot done this month. And part of it is simply in you believing, I'm doing this, it will happen. There's a lack of doubt. There's a lot of sort of confidence that's coming through in these first two cards. And I don't always see that for Libra, and I like that. And I think if you can lean in to just trusting yourself, trust will bring about the confidence. Confidence will bring about the results. And then it's this repetitive, positive cycle that you're starting to create for yourself. Slow, steady, and capable. One step at a time. You do not have to fix, create, or understand something in one day. As many of you know, I recently moved, and I'm taking each day to kind of rebuild my office and adding a light, changing up the mic, doing different things. Each time I do it, it's a little bit better. The first time that I got here, it was completely rocky. Nothing was working. I was just using my laptop. And so one step, one day at a time, it gets better. This is true of anything, whether it's recovery, whether it's building your business or rebuilding your finances. Take it a step at a time, and know it's a little messy at the beginning, but I believe that you can bring it together because everything that I see for you so far is showing organization, and that's a good thing. In the deep past here, you've been doing some work, Libra, on your heart, on your emotional state, and it's bringing about love, abundance, and really kind of opening you up. If you want to receive this month, there could be new friendship. We actually see it in the cards here. We see multiple opportunities. This could be social activities. This could be love. There could be more than one partnership. This could be life-changing. I like what I see here with respect to all of that. Not only that, it's coming through in business, in friendship, and in love. So you've got a lot going on this month. And why? Because you've been through a lot. You've changed, Libra. You're different this month. So if you're looking for love, or if you want to deepen a relationship or just build foundational relationships in your life, you've got it. And very rarely do I focus on it, but I can't ignore it here from what I'm looking at. So we're definitely going to give love and relationships a little bit of a spotlight as we get into that. I just mentioned the power of making something cyclical and sustainable. That's the Eight of Cups. In a very positive read here with the Hierophant and Temperance, it's taking your time, putting it together, and then it's something that can be repeated. So in business, fantastic energy. Same thing in relationships. You're just figuring out how to do it and repeat it. Now, Eight of Cups can also be a signal that you haven't taken a vacation, a break, or a rest in a long time. And it's about time, Libra. Give yourself a break. Take a day, take a week, whatever you can. This is going to give you clarity. The separation and the distance helps you understand what you want, what you don't want, who you are, and what it's all about, right? So in this moment in time, you owe it to yourself to take that break. There could also be a second chance to do something that you didn't in the past, and now you can make it happen. There could be a person coming in from the past as well. We have all of those cards around love and relationships, so it could end up being something significant. And because most of these cards are really favorable and positive, you could also find a way to bridge a gap if there was anything that wasn't working out the way that you wanted to. So far, this is a very powerful month for you. As we take a look at your crowning card here, we have the Four of Cups. This is the first card that requires a little bit of recalibration. So we see right behind her this cup that's kind of floating in the air. She's focusing very much on what she can see, but the universe has a little bit more to offer. This one is a lot more positive than typically the Four of Cups would be. Usually the person looks a little annoyed, but I actually like this take on it. It's just that she's really enamored with what she has. Know that you're at the tip of a possibilities iceberg where if you're willing, ready, and open to explore another avenue, it could get even bigger than what you see. So don't limit yourself. That's the main takeaway here. Also, comparing yourself to someone else, it's really not a very, what's the best word here? It's just not a very effective way to create change and progress in your life. And you really don't know the whole story with them. The grass can always look greener somewhere else. But I'd love for you to be very present and very open. Look for that opportunity. The hyena could just represent a path that's trying to get your attention. That's why it's such a vocal totem. So it's laughing, saying, hey, look over here, you're forgetting something. And it's also reminding you to have some fun. When you get into that place where there is laughter and joy, other people are attracted to that, and that's why we're seeing like Two of Cups, Three of Cups, all this stuff. So get to a place where you're happy, and then you won't even worry what other people are thinking, okay? That's what I'm getting with this unusual but beautiful Four of Cups. It's a busy month, Libra. You got a lot of things going on, but you're also very, very capable of managing it. We have the Eight of Wands. It represents movement and opportunities, and look at you carrying that torch in a very capable way. So I just feel like you're especially when it comes to business and activities, you're on top of it. Don't doubt yourself. If you feel lost, look around. This is a community card. They're not always listed here. You're not always illustrated, but there are a lot of people that are around you in the Eight of Wands. So you can always, lean on one of those support people or seek them out. There are resources to be had. Overall, I just love what I see here. In small businesses can represent a lot of sustainable and substantial growth in your own life. A lot of things going on. You can say no to one or two things if you need to focus. But generally speaking, it's one of the best multitasking cards, and it nicely pairs up with this. So like I said, she can be a lot of places at once. This card is showing how and why. Just take it a day at a time, an activity at a time, but I feel like you've got this, okay? Let's look at how you're showing up. No surprise here, 10 of Pentacles. This is a card of value, community, and it's a reminder that you can teach an old dog new tricks. That's why we see a dog at the center here. The dog is always on the card, but usually in the sidelines. So the hyena is bringing in a lot of different animal totems today, and it makes sense as well. Loyalty is key, and realizing that you can learn and someone else can learn around you as long as one or both of you are open. 10 of Pentacles can be a favorable contract. It can be marriage. It can be buying something like a house. It can be a substantial stability in your real estate or your finances. So if you have been through a challenge and you're thinking, why am I here? How can I get out of this? Already, I see more value in you than you may see in yourself. So really meditate on that. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am ready. I am able for all of the abundance to come through. Okay? That's the first message there, and it's a really powerful one. Again, in a relationship, things could be getting serious if you're ready and if you're open. Let's look at what's going on in the environment here. We have Two of Cups. This can be a relationship, a partnership, a friendship. This also represents your ability to pull in favorable people in your life right now. One thing that we see on this one is it can also be platonic, or it can be a non-traditional relationship as well, someone who isn't normally your type. And I love all of this because what I said earlier, just being open to the possibilities, I think is everything. Take a moment and look around. There could be someone across the room that is kind of stealing a glance, and then you see that and you're like, oh, they're interested. Let's connect. And in business, it could also just be you deciding to reach out to someone who may not normally be the sort of type of business connection that you would have, but you guys are perfect. You bring balance to one another. Friendship, love, camaraderie. That's what we see in the environment if you're ready and willing to open up to that. Beautiful, powerful Two of Cups energy there. So I like that. As we look at hopes, fears, and opportunities, there's an invitation. Literally, for some of you, there could be an RSVP and someone's waiting to hear from you. I would say yes, RSVP yes to this, because this could bring about this. So if you say yes to that party or invitation, you could meet whoever might be here in the Two of Cups. This is also just a chance for you to celebrate success in your career or life. If you've been working hard and you're ready for change, take a moment just to say, you know what, I've done a lot. I've been through a lot. This moment is powerful. Let's celebrate. So having some fun is key, and mixing and mingling. I'm not really getting anything negative from this Three of Cups. I mean, the only thing to be mindful of, since it's right by the Tower, is that if someone comes into your life, the new relationship, it could create some distraction. Words can travel quickly, so absolutely avoid gossip. I always like to remind people of that with the Three of Cups, but otherwise it's fairly positive here. I feel that this Tower is a long overdue breakthrough for many of you. You may be ready now to finally shed something that doesn't really serve you anymore. You're going to maybe quit a job or move from one place to another, or change your career trajectory. Possibly, again, if it is a relationship or a partnership, this could be exactly what you've needed and wanted to get to the next level. So old structures are starting to fall away. New structures are being built. And now is a chance for you to really embrace all that has to offer. Now, that being said, this can represent, I mentioned chaos. That's the one thing to be mindful of right now. So if there are people in your life, and it is in the Three of Cups here, so if there are people around you that tend to distract, that tend to take you off your path, that's the one area, Libra, where you're going to push back and say, I don't have time for that. Or if there's someone in your life that is always trying to boss you around, bully you around, push you into doing something, these constitute tower energies, and it can be any level of acquaintance, from family member to coworker to random person in your living, like your community, whether it's a neighborhood or apartment complex, wherever it is. We're going to push back on those distracting energies so that you can be fully focused and open to what the universe has to offer. Okay? But I really feel like this tower could be for the better. If there's anything in your life that needs attention, preventative maintenance is key. Take care of it sooner than later, and really just embrace the change that's coming. Since it's in the outcome, you have a chance to see it, and if you want it, go for it, and if you want to make a change to avoid it, you have time to do so. Let's expand the forecast, and we'll see how the tower may affect all of you, where the breakthroughs, where the changes may be. We're going to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. We're going to start off with the energy of health, which is your mind, body, and spirit. Let's see what's in the oracle card first. In the Castle of Dreams, become altered by the color of your dreams. Well, you know that I love dream interpretation, so this is inviting you to pay special attention to dreams. Daydreams also count. So if you're just sitting at work or, outside walking the dog and you're thinking of something else, that's what I really want you to focus on. Your random thoughts, your daydreams, and of course your dreams. Because in that comes important morsels and ideas that can really take you to the next level. So this is going to help you in all aspects of your life. It's coming through in health because sometimes we don't pay attention to what we need to in our waking hours. So in our dreams, it'll come through and it's like, yeah, I really do need to deal with that. So that's my take on that card. Strength in general may be something that you're focusing on improving. So maybe working out, maybe just taking better care of your body, getting better sleep, a general health and well-being message in the catalyst. Other things that I see as we're looking at the cards here. So creating a new structure, whatever worked in the past may not work right now, so it might be time to explore new things. This is true of, especially for those of you that are trying to get stronger. You do different types of exercises on different days, different methods too. So you can be doing something like yoga and Pilates and mix it up with cardiovascular. Your body needs to be worked out in different areas, and also like meditation is a part of this too. Mind, body, spirit. So we're looking at it holistically and making necessary changes that will stick, that are going to be sustainable, one step at a time, not trying to do it all in a day. Let's see here as we're looking at all of the cards what the messages are. Okay, so I want to pay special attention to the Three of Cups. Again, just a general note that moderation is everything. So when it comes to whether this is caffeine or sugar or even things like working or whatever your sort of escape or vice is, don't overdo it. A little is good, a lot, not so much. The other thing is the tower can represent something that is taking you out of your overall focus. So some of it, like I said, it could be a person that just kind of pulls you into these chaotic journeys, and we don't need that right now. But this could also represent something that needs to change in your life, from living situation to exercise or diet to something that just distracts the thought or takes you out of your power. For each of you, it's going to be different and you'll be able to identify it. But I feel like it's important to just clean things up. And by the way, I mentioned chaos. This can just be an untidy living, working situation, or even like your car, whatever it is that isn't clean and organized. Takes some time. And as someone who just moved, it's a box at a time, an area at a time, and pretty soon the whole space looks good. You don't have to do it all at once, but do take some time and do take care. Because you could also have something where you could trip or fall if it's not clean and tidy, and that is avoidable. Most of these cards are okay, and I don't feel like we need to look for something that doesn't exist. That is more like, I feel like there's one thing in your life that absolutely needs attention and focus, and that's where you should put it all right now. And again, it does seem to be connected to either overdoing it or a person. And so those are the main things coming through in health. And I feel like we can shift now and take a look at wealth. Wealth is your resources, life purpose, and career. This is where we have the wolf coming in. Trust your instincts. So we can take that at face value. You know what you need to do better than anyone else. The wolf is also a little sneaky, just like the hyena. So like I said, there could be someone waiting to see what you do. It could be competition, trying to gauge your sort of next move, but it could also be someone seeing if you have good boundaries or if you have good security. So as I said before, be mindful of that and definitely get another set of eyes and ears on something to make sure that a contract is all that it's said to be, so that you don't get caught in something that's a little bit tricky when it comes to that. All right, let's briefly look at three main categories: those who are working, seeking employment, or students and retirees. If you're currently in a job, you know what? I'm looking at reduction and I'm looking at clutter and I'm looking at how much you're trying to do. So for some of you, there's just way too many things on your schedule, and this is in part due to maybe there are a lack of people there, or you have a tendency to try to do too much. Less is more. So that's the first thing that I get here with these two cards at opposite ends of the spread. I love what you're doing with other people. There's so many great cards here, socially speaking. And this is, I've seen this a couple days in a row as I've been doing signs. So it's something that's going on in the energy of September, is this sort of community and collaborative energy, because this is coworkers, this is loved ones, and this is friends, all of them coming in and kind of nicely mixing. So in a work or career aspect, you have the ability to appeal to a lot of different type of people, and you can bring together groups that may otherwise not normally work together. So we're seeing leadership, right? And Eight of Wands, you also have the ability to carry this torch to all those groups and get stuff done. So productive, proactive, social, like it's a good time to be a Libra when it comes to work. And I see all of this giving you a breakout moment. That can be the Tower. You could be breaking through a glass ceiling and achieving a great new height. This does not have to be negative. It can be very positive. And maybe you've been through, because after the Tower comes the Star. So you've been through a lot of work, a lot of energy of progress, and now it's your moment. So really lean on this positive vibe that's going on here with respect to collaborative energy. And as long as you keep up the productive vibe, I think you're headed in a good direction. Stay organized this month and keep your cool and calm even when other people may be lacking it. That is also a really great leadership trait that you have to offer. Let me see what else is coming through here. Mostly that there's just a lot going on here. So as long as you are on top of it, I feel like things are in a good space. Avoid people that are less than honest or sneaking around here. We're going to call that out. So the wolf, I'd connect to the moon. So if someone is dishonest or just not kind of like showing up the way that they need to, separate yourself from that, focus on what matters, and that's going to keep you on track. So it's a good month for those that are currently employed. If you're looking for work this month, obviously with all of these three cards here, we want to lean on existing people and alliances that you have. You have a chance to make something happen. It may take up to 3 meetings here, a larger group, a smaller group, and then maybe one more, just to kind of test and make sure that you vibe with everybody. But I feel like, yes, you can absolutely get a new job this month if you're looking. The only thing that's unusual about the outcome is it could require a move. You might have to move to a different city or country to make this happen. There may also be something that's different in the type of work. And so you may have previously done one sort of job, but they're like, yeah, we really want you to focus on this. Or you're trying a completely different trajectory. Different is good. Different is actually better this month for you. Be open to trying this. Be open to different paths. That's going to help as well. I think that for some of you, you may be tired of being in a more organized corporate or sort of traditional structure, and that's okay. Wherever you're going next, it feels like the organization is more flat. I see you going from hierarchy to just a group of people that generally speaking work well together. The only thing to be mindful of in both those that have a job and those that are job seeking is what's going on with the company. There could be a recent merger or change of leadership. Make sure you like the change so that you know what the next steps are. Also, we see for some of you that if you have a chance to go, like I would prefer full-time over contract work because contracts may terminate faster. So you may have less predictable work if you're in a contract sphere. If you can get more of a traditional job, now's the time to get that contract like full-time. Full-time versus temp is what I'm trying to say, is going to be more manageable in the long run. All right, for students, you might be changing major. You may be deciding to transfer to a different school. You may have just recently graduated. All of these moves seem positive. Some sort of change needs to be made, it looks like. Otherwise, what I'm seeing is, just not to let social, and I love student life and social activities, but not to let the social impact the purpose of why you're there. So there we go. That's the main takeaway for students. Retirees, you're having like a moment you can really break out when it comes to making new friends, making new connections. You might even have like a freelance or some sort of mentorship opportunity coming through. A lot of powerful things here. You might be ready for a move too. Like you might be selling a house and deciding like, what's next? Am I going to travel? Am I going to downsize? Do I want to rent instead of own? There's some big changes in life purpose and life path that are coming through this month. Mostly auspicious and for everybody. If it feels good, go for it. If it doesn't, move in a new direction. Let's look at relationships now. We have the turtle coming through for you. It's in the reverse state, and it's reminding you it's okay to take your time. Again, if there's someone that's coming through that's trying to rush you or push you, much like we would see in the strength card, this isn't the time to be rushed or pushed in a direction that doesn't feel right to you, okay? Let's break this down into 3 major categories. We're going to look at those in a relationship, looking for love, or happily single. So for those that are already in a relationship, I actually kind of like what I see here. For many of you, let's say you're not married, it could be going into a much deeper level here because we have the 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and then we have the Tower here. So this is taking it next level. It could feel a little scary, but it's going to be all right in the long run, as long as it's what you want and as long as you love the person. I see only cards showing that here, so I think that's pretty good. In the environment, we also see things getting stronger. This is how your partner's looking at you, with this sense of love, care, and affection. When we look at hopes, fears, and opportunities, there may be a fear of what others think. Who cares? If this is who you want, if this is your person, you got to fight for that. And it looks like this could be the kind of love that really changes your life. Again, for the better, because when we're looking at all of these cards, they're showing love, friendship, camaraderie. The only thing to avoid this month is giving too much weight to other people's gossip or opinions, and not letting some sort of a third party come through, whether it's an ex or a family member. You got too much here that's going in the right direction to give them much bother. What I do love, by the way, is this relationship seems to have been built on the Ace of Cups, which is love. And again, it seems like you have a history together. The only challenge that I'm seeing right now, besides this third party, could be travel and work. There's a lot going on, and it's just about making time for the partner and making sure that the two of you see and appreciate one another's company. I like what I see overall, though. Just avoid, again, gossip, third parties, and relatives that kind of come in and feel like they have to control or change or have a stake in this. This is between the two of you, okay? So we just look at those in a relationship. Now for those that are seeking love, you have a lot of different places you could meet somebody. 10 of Pentacles, work. 2 of Cups, close friends and friendships. 3 of Cups could also be just your regular social sphere. You may already be, I feel like the person's right there or right around the corner. So part of this is just about being perceptive. We didn't necessarily get a particular sign. So I think some of this is showing just that there's lots of options, and it's kind of what are you looking for? We even see that hidden ace right there over her shoulder. So if you're open, I feel like it's right there. What I do get about this is it's an old soul. Hierophant and Hermit energy are learned, are very sort of wise, and the Temperance card is showing divinely decreed. So it feels like this would just feel right. You shouldn't have to pull the card to know if you're connected to the person. It's just going to feel like your heart skips a beat. There's an electricity to the connection. And the Tower shows that. If anything, I just feel like, are you ready? Because this could be really life-changing, and it could distract you a little bit, but in a good way. So careful what you wish for, because you might get it this month, Libra. And again, past life or a long-standing sort of wish or desire could be coming through to fruition. Now, there are 3 different types that I can see here. You have multiple options. 3 of Cups can show multiple types. This is someone that wants to get married. This is someone that just wants to be in a monogamous relationship, and this is someone that's like no strings attached. So I think it is important for you to figure out what kind of relationship you want to maybe narrow the playing field down just a little bit, okay? For those that are happily single, here's what I see for you. So much social activity. You may be single but not alone. And I definitely see single and happy here because these are joyous celebratory cards. I think that you could put a lot of energy into moving up and moving on. That's what I see, because this is a card of major changes in your life. And you have support of others and participation with others to make that happen if you're ready, if you're willing. So it's a great month overall for everybody. Let's go ahead now and move on to Destiny and see what's going on here. It's a call to action. So the card is reversed, but let's look at it upright. Take your first step. Begin now. This is like the Fool, basically. But there is a connection on this card also to Temperance, where she has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. One step at a time, one day at a time, and unencumbered, unburdened. That is the power of the Fool. He or she is not taking a lot with them, and that means that the new journey can be fresh, can be a clean slate, and that can be really, really exciting. Let's go ahead now and go a little bit deeper into the areas of Sun, Rising, and Moon and see what's in store for you, Libra. Sun, Rising, and Moon. All right, let's get started here. Sun sign messages. Choices, important choices and discernment. 2 of Pentacles. You can't be everyone. It can't be everything to everyone. You can't be everywhere at once. The more you are sort of discerning in your choices, the more effective you'll be, the more you'll find your foundation and your stability. You may be recovering financially. The good news, though, is that I see the value showing up with you. So it can be something that you can rebound. It could take a couple of months to get there, but you're getting there. So that's why less is more, and really making sure that anything that you invest in emotionally, financially, and energetically returns on that. If it doesn't, not right now. Put it on the back burner, okay? From a health perspective, it's also about balance on all categories. Getting enough sleep, getting enough exercise, eating well, and having balance in how your personal life and your work life come together. So that's everything. I mean, this is, you're going to hear it again when I look at Rising because we got Justice, but balance and choices. Let's move on to Rising. We got the Justice card in the upright position. It's you, Libra. It's really powerful. This is a choice. This is a declaration. This is even more empowered than 2 of Pentacles because you know what you want. It's just a matter of doing it and saying it. Stand up for yourself. Fight for what's right. If you've been subject to injustice, something wasn't right, you weren't given enough, someone took advantage of you, this is a time where you may decide to take legal action and take some sort of next step to remedy that situation. All of those are coming through. And of course, it's just saying you're in your sweet spot right now, which is great. Moon sign, Hanged Man. There's no rush. It's not a race. You're exactly where you need to be. And if you're willing and ready to look at it from a new perspective, you might see something really helpful, really substantial that can help you make a better choice. Slow down. We literally got that in relationships too. So we'll pull that in with that. And your crossing card was one of taking your time, Temperance. Slow, steady, and when I say premeditated, I mean that you know exactly why you're doing this. So the hyena knows what it wants, how it's going to show up, and when it's going to go after it, and it gets it. And that's really what you have a chance to do this month, okay? Let's look at one final question. This can be anything that you still need some insight or some guidance on, and let's see what the cards have to say. The only reversal that we got. That's kind of amazing. Okay, so in the reverse state, we have the Moon. The Moon reminds me of the Wolf card here, and that came through in Wealth. So I think it's really important to pay attention to finances and resources. We talked about that. I think it's important to see people as they truly are. So if someone shows up and they show a side of themselves that you wish they didn't, you can't unsee it. You can't put it away and put it back in the box. That is who they are. And now you know what you need to focus on. We see the bridge here, which is showing your ability to get through or get past an emotional hardship or an emotional trigger and get to the other side. So these are very positive things. Now, as a yes or no, this is, you don't have enough information. Not yet, I would say. Do a little bit of work. Look, I'll use a line from Star Wars, but search your feelings. How are you feeling about this? I really do feel like emotions matter, but there may also be something beneath the surface or in the fine print. Give yourself at least a day to consider taking action and get some more information before doing so. Thank you so much, Libra. This was a really powerful reading. And as always, it's an honor and joy to be able to be the clear channel to bring it all through. If you enjoyed this, you can show your love and support in 1 or 2 simple steps. If you've already subscribed, thank you. If you've never subscribed but been a long-time watcher, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss out. You can also hit the thumbs up on this and any video just to say, thanks, Nicholas, this was cool. It also helps other people find the video because YouTube sees it as valuable. So thanks in advance. If you want to show me some love and support on other platforms, it's always my full name, Nicholas Ashbaugh, everywhere on social media. If you ever need to get exact links, you can go to my website. Remember, I don't offer private readings, nor do I use chat or any of the comments to solicit business. So if you see anyone doing that, block, report, let me know about it. If you'd like to show love and support, you can do it here on YouTube. This can be done with super stickers, super chat, and of course memberships where you get special perks. So feel free to check that out if you're interested. And that, my friends, is everything. I just want to say thank you so much for being the absolute best part of what I do here on YouTube. Your participation, your interest really makes all of this possible. So from my heart to yours, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you soon.